Welcome to Two Women in Crypto, a weekly podcast birthed on a whim by two women who are excited about the cryptocurrency landscape and have a shared passion about empowering others to step into the digital, tokenized world of the future. We offer tips, tricks, and our own individual insights as to how to begin to navigate this shift. We are not financial advisors nor experts. We are just here to encourage you to look at the possibilities. So welcome to the future. You're right on time. Good morning.
Morning, sunshine.
How are you today?
Ooh, it's a beautiful day here in upstate New York. It's so nice to see you and get together for our morning crypto chat with some coffee.
Yes, and I have to say that it's interesting because it is our 88th podcast. Pretty cool.
I love it.
Week of that 88 energy, which is every day in my mind, but it's okay. This is good. We're on it.
I love it. Yeah, it's funny it lined up like that. I dig it. I dig it.
And you gotta look for the synchronicities in life.
It's true.
You know, the feather that lands as you're walking, as you're thinking about something, those special numbers you see when you're thinking about something, it's all the way the universe communicates with us. It's all good.
I love it. I love it. I love it. And it has been some week once again in crypto.
Well, is there never not a week in crypto?
You know, it's so funny. I was thinking about this. It's like the mass adoption, the changing of like the whole infrastructure on how the world does business is moving to the blockchain. And all we see is a sea of red in the charts, because this is where we're at when we're in a bull market or a bear market. No matter how much good news there is, the charts don't move. If we were in a bull market and PayPal came out, hey, we're releasing a stable coin on the Ethereum blockchain, Ethereum would have went up 25, probably 30%. But in a bear market, now we're just moving sideways.
Well, and that sideways movement is just for showing us the time to come. I mean, it is. Something's going to give one of these days, one of these moments. Just real quick, since you brought up the charts, I received an email last week from a friend that I've known for a long time. He's known that I've traded futures and commodities for years and that I do chart analysis, yada, yada. And she asked me why I don't share charts or why we don't share charts. And you and I talked about this before. And the reason is that I am not a chart teacher. I'm not, and I don't want to try to convey that information. There's some excellent people that teach chart analysis. It's just not me. And so I like to keep my analysis here really kind of close and not share it because so many people do. And I just think that it's important to find, if you're really interested in learning how to read the charts, find a good teacher. Find a good teacher. Now, I've studied with John Persons. I've studied with Larry Williams. I've traveled the world to study with these folks. And there's some great books. But I mean, there's Waters Above Crypto, Jordan. He has a great study that you can do. Anyway, it's just not something that you'll see here. On occasion, a chart may pop up, but I just wanted to bring that up. It's just something that I'm just not good at teaching charts. I can see it and I can read it for myself, but I just thought I'd mention that since, yeah.
So no, it's such a good mention, and it reminds me kind of Two Women in Crypto's mission. We're here to inspire you to do your own research and to become your own bank and become sovereign. Right? Like, to me, this is so much more than making a ton of money. This is like, hey, folks, our entire world is changing. Artificial intelligence is growing at an exponential rate. We need to know what's going on so much more than like, hey, Andrea, when is XRP going to the moon? It's going to probably at some point, but we don't, again, we're not financial advisors, but like it takes time for the whole world to change. But the whole idea is like, hey, do your own research, lean in, right? Lean in, step out of line. No matter what people tell you, it's a scam, it's bad for the environment. All of these things are going to be, in my opinion, dispelled over time. and we're going to get adopted.
Yeah. Well, absolutely. I mean, we see it every single day. There's new news out there about adoption. So it's happening. Yeah. So anyway, just wanted to thank you for being here. And by the way, I'm going to do it again because I'm not very good at this. Like, subscribe, and put the thumbs up. Yay. There I did it twice in a row. Woohoo.
Yeah. So well, it'll help us bump up our algorithms to get this information, pushed to other people. The other thing is too, it's like, I feel like there's so much chaos. There's so much noise. It's like, oh, the United States is going to lose its, dollar world reserve status and all of these bad things. And we have to push all that noise away.
Oh,
and look at what's going on. Look at these companies' websites. Look at the projects who are doing development. What problems are they solving? How is the token of this project going to be used? Right. So this is kind of like, where you doing your own research, signing up, like decentralized finance. We are modernizing our banking system, right, Kel?
Oh, absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
it might be a good idea to attend our decentralized finance class where we go over the MELD, platform. And you don't have to buy MELD, but let's learn about it.
Yeah, and that's on August 19th at 8 a.m. Pacific, 11 a.m. Eastern. You'll find it at twowomeninCrypto.com. We'd love to have you join us.
That would be awesome. Yeah. Yep. The best investment that people can make is in themselves.
Oh, I know, it's so funny. Yesterday, I got a whole bunch of gift cards for a particular reason. They were gifted to me, and I was sitting next to a friend, and she goes, "Well, what are you going to get for yourself?" And I said, "More crypto for Kelly." Like,
I love it.
For me.
Love it.
Awesome.
I'm like in the same boat too. I have plenty of crypto. But when you see these projects and you're looking, like, even like I'm looking at Ethereum, right? We got PayPal makes the announcement of their stable coin being built on Ethereum blockchain. And then it's like, Coinbase is using Ethereum's layer 2 base to kind of bring that into their trading system platform. So it's very, very interesting. I'm very interested to see how this is going to work, because as Kelly's been telling you over the past, how long have we been doing this? Over a year.
Almost 2.
Almost 2 years we've been doing this. Ethereum's like the mafia of crypto. It's very expensive. When the money flows back in and you want to, let's just say, Shiba Inu's Shibararium project is like, wow, right? And so here we go. We want to swap our coins. We want to dollar cost average out of that project if you choose to do so. But Shiba Inu is built on Ethereum, and now that fee is $150 because we're in a bull run and Ethereum can't handle the scalability of what's happening. So we'll see if they can solve the problem. Otherwise, I can see PayPal shifting into like a project like Stellar XLM or something like that.
Yeah, that would be interesting to see what takes place.
Right. So yeah, so very fascinating news with PayPal. So this morning I was reading an article that the Federal Reserve Bank is issuing a dire warning to PayPal. First of all, don't launch it.
That's what the Federal Reserve says to PayPal?
Well, they're issuing a dire warning. I mean, we don't have like a bill sign.
Right.
This is like a brand new stable coin being launched, with all of like the legal issues and all of the different lawsuits. Like, why wouldn't PayPal just wait until we get a stable coin bill signed into law, probably by the end of the year, according to Danielle Dixon, the CEO of Stellar, right? So just, I know it's very interesting.
Well, I think hang tight. And we all, those that are in business for themselves or just in general, have a PayPal account. I've been using PayPal for 15 years for business. And I think what's worrisome to me in regards to PayPal was once they decided to get into the blockchain aspect where you could buy cryptocurrencies through PayPal, which is great. People think it's wonderful, but you can't move them off PayPal. They're there. You can't move them into a custodial wallet, at least not initially. So, yeah, Yeah, I mean, it'll be interesting. I'm not going to participate myself with PayPal. I'm in PayPal all the time, but because I have to be as part of a business, but I don't know if I would put anything into their stable coin, and or certainly not buy any cryptocurrencies through the platform.
Yeah,
Personally,
I mean, yeah, I get it. No, and it's not just personally. I think it's education, right, Kel? Because just a couple of years ago, PayPal tried to put something into their like, you know, terms of service, like, hey, if you say something that is misinformation in the eyes of the PayPal overlord gods and goddesses, we are going to fine you $2,500. It didn't get implemented, but before you want to support a company that is going to ban freedom of speech, you know, put your money where you believe, right? That's how I always look at it. And I get that we have to use these centralized systems, right, for banking purposes and our businesses. But as soon as we get the money, we should move it off. I don't trust PayPal at all, at all. So I don't like the fact that they could freeze accounts, and specifically written into the code of PayPal's stablecoin, they can freeze your money.
Yep.
And they will. If they need it, it's not your money because you don't hold your personal keys.
Right. That same old that phrase, not your keys, not your money.
Right, right. So if you want to hold on to your money, you want to hold on to your crypto, you have to be decentralized, right? We talked about the Engrave wallet, the SafePal wallet, HeliPal wallet. There's a lot of different choices out there. You know, you can reach out if you have any questions, but like, you have to become your own bank. That's the answer to diversifying in unstable times, which we are in, for sure. I love it. I love it. All right. And again, becoming your own bank, like that's what MELD is all about. You know, it's just so cool to be able to participate in decentralized finance where it's private, it's secure, the transactions are super fast and cheap, and you're actually going to have savings and loans as a part of that platform. So I'm so psyched for this launch. I heard they're going to try to come out with their debit card probably by maybe like the end or middle of 2024. So we're just in the beta part now. We have time. And that's the beauty of it, is like, study decentralized finance, banking platforms that are coming. You have all these months to study and be like, I really like Aave, or I really like MELD, or another one. So cool. So cool. But that's what the 1% do. They borrow against their assets. So maybe we should look at
that. Maybe.
So I wanted to talk to you a little bit about insurance today, decentralized insurance, because whether it's insurance, real estate, banking, finance, trade, stocks, bonds, everything is going to be tokenized and put on the blockchain.
Right.
So I got my renewal for my car insurance, and I don't like it. It's very high. You're right. So I literally live a mile from the ocean. I don't really go anywhere. This is so unlike us to like be on the road for 3 months. But like, you know, for the most part, we walk everywhere, or we just go like a mile away. So I get my car insurance super high. I'm like, oh, how cool would it be if I get decentralized car insurance?
And so, what do you find?
Are you ready for this?
Fine. Yep.
Okay. So there's a company called InsureFi. So I jump on InsureFi, and they were like, look, this is what we're going to do. And no one's talking to me. It's all automated. You don't talk to anyone. So what this project does is it monitors your driving habits for a couple of weeks before it gives you a quote.
Yes, 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 yes. As a matter of fact, we could go down a rabbit hole on that. I'll let you finish your thought before I side rail anything.
Well, I mean, the thing is, it's like, it's such a lack of privacy. It's the surveillance and the monitoring of human beings.
Well, and I mean, Progressive, Liberty, whatever, they all have those to where you can get a discount on your car insurance if you allow everything to be monitored. If you don't, you can pay this premium, but if you choose to, your premium will be less. And that's been going on for quite a while. They track how fast you go, you get a report. Your average speed this month was 65 miles an hour or whatever that may be. So yeah.
Wow. I didn't even know that.
Yeah, it's been going on for a while because yeah, I know a few people, and that's fine. I mean, choose to participate, and I get it because of, you know, $50 a premium, whatever that is, as far as a reduction, is very enticing on the financial side.
Very interesting. And I mean, again, it's just like, how far is the human race willing to go, right? Like, how
Like,
much?
it's so clear though. It's like, did you stop at a stoplight? Did you stop at that stop sign? I mean, it's very specific as far as your safety and how you're driving.
Was it Eddie Grant that sang that song? I always feel like somebody's watching me.
Oh boy, yes. Oh, now I'm gonna have to listen to it after the show. So
And no privacy. Whoa. I mean, it's so creepy. I'm on LinkedIn the other day, and I think it was in Argentina. So at the red light, you're sitting on your scooter, and this guy has a helmet on the back of his scooter. The light doesn't turn green unless you put your helmet on.
oh well,
So,
yeah, it's a catch 22, honestly. There's parts of it that I could see. Like I would love somebody to be watching the wildness that happens on the road and somebody get dinged for the complete disrespect of what the rules are, like driving down the emergency lane in the middle of traffic, you know, that kind of stuff. But at the same time, I don't know. Everything's wild. The whole world's wild.
yeah. Well, and it's just like, again, it's just like, you go, okay, so if you're concerned about people wearing helmets, make the whole system decentralized, make it anonymous. Because if the point is for safety, it's not about safety, though. It's about control. It's about, oh, no, you went 0.5 miles over the speed limit. We're going to deduct that money, that fine, directly out of your account. Because, folks, I'm telling you, taxes, carbon credits, everything is going to be autonomously taken out of your account that instant. We pay electric bills on a monthly basis. How about paying electricity in real time as we use it? We are moving to this economy, and it blows my mind. We'll see. I'm sure a lot of it, Kelly, we're just gonna have to suck it up and get used to it. I don't know the answer to it, but I wish it was for the people and it was actually for safety. Concern of folk, it's not. It's just not.
Yeah, I mean the beauty, as we speak of, is at least we should be easing into everything, and then through the education we can choose how we want to participate. That's why we preach it every time we're on. It's like, just watch how your systems are changing and choose how you, or look at it's like, wow, is that going to be my future? Do I really want to participate in that way? And then see what the alternatives are, because I don't think it's not going to happen overnight, but over the next 7 years, 10 years, 5 years, I mean, hell, 2 years, we're all going to be seeing it. There's going to be much faster than I probably like to think.
Right. I was listening to Elon Musk, and he thinks that there's a chance that we're going to hit the singularity, general artificial intelligence, in just 3 to 5 years.
Yeah. Which, I mean, everything's speeding up. I mean, time is just, yeah.
Yeah, and it makes sense too that things would be so quickly, just move so quick. Did you see, though, Elon Musk did come out and say he is not going to create a token.
I did see that.
For the super app for the X. What will be the token?
Yep, so that he's going to adopt something, right? He's going to bring in something under his wing, and what is it going to be?
Will it be Bitcoin, Doge,
XRP,
XLM?
XLM.
You know, I always sit with that partnership that SpaceX has with Vast.io, with Jed McCaleb, the co-founder of Ripple, leaves Ripple. Then he finds Stellar. And then he just started this vast.io to bring billions of people to live in outer space.
Well, and I'm always about the symbolism. You know, if you look at the X logo, it's black and white. XLM is black and white. There's all, I mean, it's, to me, there's always an underlying thread that connects everything. So it'll be interesting to see. I mean, he's such a character and such a, you know, I don't want to say clown. Clown's not really, well, I think he's kind of a clown, but he's such an interesting guy. You never know what he's gonna bring up next. So
yeah, and I mean, and I think like listening to so many different people, and like I'm really gonna start going down the rabbit hole in artificial intelligence. But like I was listening to this guy right before I went to sleep last night, and it was like, you know, if there are people, there's aliens, right? I mean, I think everyone, they're talking about it at Congress, like, so there's aliens on Earth. Wouldn't it make sense to send robots and not the actual people that live on different planets? You would send a robot because it doesn't need to eat. It can fly the ship 24/7, 7 days a week. All of these things, like it can handle extreme heat, pressure, cold, and then it gets here and you can automatically update the software the entire time. I mean, mind expanding, mind blown, but very interesting to think about. There's so much we don't know.
well, it's just like Star Wars. All the drivers of the ships that are carrying freight from planet to planet, it's all androids. Anyway, telling you a vision. We were told the vision long ago.
Pick the channel you want to be programmed.
That's right. So anyway. Yes.
I love it. All right. So what's going on with Hedera? So we were kind of talking about that a little bit too with Hedera's been getting like a lot of adoption. I'm like so happy. You know, I'm a Hedera holder, but like I'm just like looking at some of the projects that they've been working on, and they are also getting into insurance, right, Kel?
Yeah, yep. It was interesting what you kind of discovered on that front.
Yeah, so providing insurance to farmers. So like having farm insurance is like a super big thing. And Hedera is like rolling out this program with smart contracts all around drought, right? So if farmers can protect themselves from a year of drought, and you make, you know, when you think of like a smart contract, it's just a line of code. If this happens, then that. If there's a drought, then I'm going to pay you X amount of dollars. And with like all the different oracles and being able to get the information in real time, your insurance will be paid out immediately. That smart contract will be executed. The money will go into your account.
Yeah, it's pretty fascinating what they're looking at doing. I mean, they can be very specific as to what the parameters of a policy are. So if you're a milliliter less of water or something, who knows what it is, in a very specific area, you could file a claim. And the claim, and you know, it's just like Andrew just said, it's instantaneous. So it'll be interesting to see how that changes things. And then how that then carries over into the private sector.
Yeah, for sure. So I'm interested. I'm not going to say I'm excited. I don't want to be.
It's good and bad to all of it.
Right. All of it's good and bad. And that's like such a good way to think about it. A lot of this technology is so good. And some of it, we enter the no bueno zone.
Right.
Just don't know.
So many t-shirts every time we talk. The no bueno zone. That's another one coming.
No bueno zone. I love it. All right, cool. So where are we at here? What's next on the list? You know, I find it like I'm in this really tiny town. I'm right on the border of New York and Canada. And I actually went and had a conversation with the mayor and I joined the Chamber of Commerce in Sackett's Harbor. So the mayor here, he actually holds cryptocurrency. So we're going to be doing a meet and greet, like a crypto meetup here in Sackett's Harbor a week from Thursday. I'm not sure that date. So the 17th, if you're in Sackett's Harbor, New York, come on down and see us. We'll be I think we're at the visitor center, but it's just super cool. You know, I'm very interested to get like a feel of how many people are interested in cryptocurrency. Is it going to be 2 people or is it going to be 20? Right? I'm just like, what are people starting to think about cryptocurrency and the blockchain? Is it in the awareness?
I can't wait to hear how that goes, because I know in the community that I spend most of my time in, every time I bring up cryptocurrency and our blockchain, there's not, it's kind of like a deer in the headlights, which is perfectly fine. I understand. So it'll be interesting to see how different it is on the East Coast. But here people aren't super aware or super interested or curious at this point. But how can what blows my mind though, truly blows my mind. These people, it's in the news. It's in the news. It's now in the mainstream news.
They're not telling you not to buy it.
It's there. So it's not conspiracy stuff that we're talking about. I mean, this is it. I remember speaking to somebody about 2 years ago or a year ago, probably, mentioning CBDCs. And I was, anyway, doesn't matter. It's all good. It's all good. But I'm interested to see what it's like there for you.
Yeah. And the conspiracy stuff, right? I mean, again, for people that say cryptocurrency is a conspiracy, just redefine that in your mind. A conspiracy is just something that hasn't been proven true yet, but it will, right? Because that's what we've been doing, folks, for years. We've been telling you that this has been going on now for over 2 years, and it's all coming true, okay? Bitcoin is bad for the environment. Bitcoin is a Ponzi scheme. We have 8 large, massive institutional investment companies that have applied for a spot Bitcoin ETF that should have approval in early 2024. Okay, that's less than a year away. Okay, BlackRock, who's pushing the environmental social governance agenda, filed for a spot Bitcoin ETF. It is not, Bitcoin is not bad for the environment. It is going to stabilize our energy grid. And I really am starting to think that Bitcoin is backed by energy. It's a thought. I could be wrong. It could be digital gold, but at the same time, I'm seeing how it's being implemented in the United States to help stabilize the grid using unused methane gas, unused natural gas when it creates the shale, to be able to capture that energy at a very, very low cost, and to be able to shut down Bitcoin miners during peak hours.
Yeah, interesting. Oh.
Very interesting. We'll see how this plays out. It's on my list for another deep dive. I'm sure Kelly and I are going to do a podcast about it. Very fascinating. And at the same time, Ripple creates this centigrade product, and they just partnered with the Rocky Mountain Institute, RMI. Look it up. Carbon credits are coming, y'all, right? A new trading system, a new economy that is based on carbon.
Yeah. Yep.
And Ripple is a big part of this, okay? We know that Ripple's partnered with the United Nations. They created Exchange is the name of the carbon credit trading platform. And now they just announced this huge partnership with Rocky Mountain Institute that is also partnered with the Department of Energy of the United States government. I'm feeling pretty bullish. I might not like the outcomes, but I mean, it's so.
Well, I mean, the reality, just to that, we're willing to play the game. I'm absolutely willing to play the game.
Yeah, but I mean, I love it. I love it. I mean, I just, following all these different things. Energy Web Token's been working with the Rocky Mountain Institute. Maybe like Rocky Mountain Institute, that might be like a household name soon. You heard it first here at Two Women in Crypto, because no one's talking about this.
It could be.
It could be.
The oracles are live right now.
And it's not being an oracle. It's just go to the company's website. It's right there. It's right there. That's hidden in plain sight. I mean, it's totally hidden in plain sight. Like, there was this huge announcement about Ripple and the Bank of England today. Well, Ripple's been partnered with the Bank of England since 2017. They're not hiding it. They did a pilot back in 2019, and now they're doing a proof of concept that they just rolled out in February of 2023. What do you think is next, Phil?
Yeah, that's wild.
I know. Can you imagine, like, all of the banks, not all the banks, but a majority of the banks, right, working with all these different cryptocurrency to send value through the internet?
Oh, for sure.
It's like, it's so fascinating. It blows my mind, and it's not the same as Venmo and PayPal and Zelle. Those are all centralized entities that can freeze your money. They can delete your account, right? And that's why I think, like, sometimes the governments come hard on cryptocurrency because they're trying to figure out a way to control it. And if they can't control cryptocurrency, then they're definitely going to want to control those on and off ramps, those choke points. Yep.
Yep, they want their fingers in all of that. So
yeah, for sure. So we're going to see how this plays out. I think we're going to, it's pretty much like on a weekly basis, the amount of adoption that's happening with some of our favorite projects. It's just, it's fun. I love it. And everyone needs to learn about decentralized finance. Just my personal opinion, because I kind of feel like that's what the 1%ers are going to do, right? They're going to borrow and loan against their own cryptocurrency, their own assets. And then the other choice, like Kelly said last week, scan your eyeballs on the orb and get your world coin. Okay. Because again, it's just this technology is moving so quickly that I do see two separate financial systems, right?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah. They're not going to put everybody into one.
No, because like you're going to have certain people that just don't have that drive or the, I don't know, so central bank digital currencies will be good for them, right? And then the world coin, but then we'll have this other parallel economy that's all in the realms of decentralized finance. And it is a learning curve, which is why we're teaching that class soon. But it's just like the more we learn how to use these new, investment products and how to borrow against our money, the more we're going to increase our wealth to maybe create a community that we want to be in, right? Absolutely. And that's kind of how I look at it. Yeah. Sweet. All right. So how long do you think it's going to take with, just to kind of touch base about Hedera again, because I forgot to mention it. Hedera got integrated into Mastercard, y'all. So it's like all this stuff is going on inside. We got Hedera, we got Stellar, we got USDC, all of these, we're moving to the blockchain. It's so obvious because it's happening. It's not like it up.
It's amazing. And again, it's all part, these tokens that we most often mention are part of that ISO 20022, right? Or 222, however you speak to it. But yeah, absolutely. So they've told us long ago what is going to be happening. And those are the coins that continue to be mentioned in adoption, etc. So it's cool.
Yeah. So, I mean, those ISO 20022 tokens, another class that we taught a while ago. So, it's just like, congratulations. It's like to be able to do the research and to be able to hodl through the good times, through the bad times until the next bull run, put your emotions aside and just understand what you own, because you own the future of finance. And we are transitioning pretty quickly. It's slow, but it's speeding up for sure. It's speeding up for sure. What I wanted to say something. Oh, okay. So David Schwartz, the chief technology officer of Ripple, he was interviewed on a podcast, and David was saying, look, like they're talking about like world reserve currency and the dollar losing its dominance. And he's just like, if you think about it, you have just a small amount of banks that control the movement of money in the world, a small number of banks. Well, if everyone doesn't like those banks, then the smaller banks that are in the thousands are going to be like, we don't want to do business with the bigger banks anymore. China, right? No one's going to want to use the Chinese yuan. India doesn't want to use it with the BRICS nations, you know? And I think all of these countries are going to want to do trade in their own fiat currency. So what is going to be that bridge currency, not just for the BRICS nations, but for all cross-border payments? So we look at these ISO 20022 tokens and, you know, it's like we're hedging our bets, right? It's like, it could be Bitcoin. It could be, it doesn't work, but it could be if they figure out the Lightning Network, not there. Ethereum's not there, but it seems like no one cares and they're just implementing it. But, you know, when I send XRP or if I'm sending XLM, it's instantaneous in the other person's wallet at a fraction of a penny. I can send that anywhere in the world. So I'm very interested to see how this plays out. And what David Schwartz was saying, what a big win for cryptocurrency if we have a neutral bridge currency, a neutral currency that no centralized government controls, right, or a bank. And that's, and he was like, that is the biggest success case that we could have. So I don't care what crypto it is. If it's a crypto that is not, you know, that you can't censor, you can't freeze our accounts, like sign me up, you know?
No, I agree. I agree.
Yeah.
My fingers will be in lots of ponds.
Yeah. I mean, I'm looking forward to it because I know, like, you know, in Russia, like when we froze all of the Russian funds, you know, through the SWIFT system, who gets hurt? It's not Putin and his family and all the oligarchs. It's regular people. They're suffering, you know, and it's just like they're just like us. We're all the same. So I think having a neutral currency that no one should be controlling anyone's money, right, is my opinion. I don't care what you think, you know, pro this, against that. You know what? We all need to eat and keep a roof over our head. And yeah, so it's super important.
It is. I agree.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. All right, cool. Yeah,
So
I think that's it. I went through all the notes and I'm like, well, we hit everything.
So just as a mention, a final mention, August 19th is a class on MELD. Would love to have you join us. You can find all the information at twowomenancrypto.com under classes and events. So that's
I love it.
Link.
Love it, love it, love it. Yep. And then just, I want to do a quick shout out for our sponsors. We got Markley Mobile. So you can get a notary on the go in the comfort of your own home, you know, in your pajamas. You know, if you need a notary for anything, buying a house or, you know, doing a living will, whatever it is, Markley Mobile is the best place to go to. It's simple. It's easy. Check it out. MarkleyMobile.com.
And then Computer Diva, computerdiva.biz. Awesome. She has a monitoring service called Diva Care, where she's constantly monitoring your system. And she is, as I've mentioned, if you've been listening to us for a while, she's saved my skin many times. But this monitoring service allows her to be notified if there's anything funky going on in the back end, even in terms of memory usage. If your hard drive is going to be going down, she'll get notified, things of that nature. So you can take the steps to protect your data and your system, because we all need these things in our lives to function in the world today. So highly, highly recommend. And it doesn't matter where you are, all over the world, she can assist you. So computerdiva.biz. Great sponsors. Thank you for your partnership, ladies.
Yeah, thank you so much. We appreciate all of our sponsors.
Absolutely.
Awesome. All right, Kelly. So, I mean, next week, who knows what's going to happen in one more week, you know? So I'm very excited. I'm feeling very bullish, even though the price doesn't reflect, but when it does, we are going to have big smiles on our faces.
Let's keep an eye on next Wednesday, the 16th.
All right.
Okay.
All right. I'm looking forward to it.
All right. Until next time.
HODL'on.
Your hosts for Two Women in Crypto are Andrea Caldero and Kelly Lair. You'll find more information and details regarding the Two Women in Crypto membership, educational and informative class and event offerings, and more via their website, twowomeninCrypto.com. Both Andrea and Kelly are available for speaking events and offer private consultations focused on helping individuals navigate the future. Until next time, HODL'on.